Hi, welcome. Now, in today's lesson, we'll be focusing on probability lesson number 2. This is the one that has to do with exam type questions. So now I have 5 extracts from previous question papers. So let's get to it. Before I get started, you know the drill. You already know the drill. Go to your calculator, shift, clear everything. Yes, AC. If you are using a sharp calculator, you can follow the same method such as we outlined in the sharp calculator, the basic functions of the sharp calculator. So now we can get started. So now with regards to all these extracts that I have here, we're only going to be focusing on the questions that deal with probability, such as this one, 1.2.5. Now, this extract in particular has to do with the Matric Dance Fundraising Committee, which bought 4 boxes of pens and sold each pen at 5 rand each. Now the question says determine the probability of randomly selecting a red pen in one of the boxes that have been bought. Okay, so we already understand that there's a formula for probability, which is, if I can re-outline it, probability is equals to possible outcomes or favorable outcomes at the top divide by total outcomes. Now, when we are looking at this question, it's strange, and also you can even see the mark allocations too. They are saying we should determine the probability of randomly selecting a red pen, but when we look here, it says big orange fine, that's the cover, that is orange, ballpoint pen, black. It's black. Is there a possibility of randomly selecting a red pen? No, there isn't. If there isn't, you don't even need to use the formula. You can simply tell them that it's impossible. Impossible. Or you can simply say the probability is 0. That's how you answer such questions. Now let's hop on to the second one. So the second one has to do with nutrition. So here we are going to have, as you can see, we have age groups, we have males and females, we have urban and rural, we have a graph. Now, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to do to be able to answer this question. Now, our question is 3.1.5. Now, this is what it's saying. Determine the probability as a fraction. Already we know that our probability should be in a fraction form. Of randomly selecting. Now I want to use different colors so you can understand where I'm going with this one. Of randomly selecting a female. Now, the reason why I underlined female is because I need to go to these graphs or to these bars and look for where a female is. Well, a female is found between these 2 bars, the dark one and the one that has diagonal lines. But we are not done then. Let's go and get a pink. Who is under 5 years old? Now, under 5 years old. Now, between these 2 bars, the darker one, according to this, it's for the ones who are aged 5 to 17 years old. But as we are looking for under 5 years old, so we are going to know that it is this one which has diagonal lines. So we are going to come here and say, this is what we'll be focusing on, the 11.1. And not obese. They're not supposed to be obese or overweight. But when you're looking here, it says children in 2 age groups who are. They are already obese. So this graph shows us the percentage of children who are already obese or overweight. But as we are looking for a probability of learners who are not. Now, how do we tackle that? Well, first of all, let's say these are percentages, right? So they have to go all through to 100. So we are simply supposed to say that 100% of children. Now, in this 100% of children, we have to subtract the ones who are already obese or overweight. the ones who are already obese or overweight, according to these children in 2 age groups who are overweight or obese, who are female, who are under the age of 5, it's 11.1%. So we say 11.1%. And what do we get? Let's go to our calculator and say 100. When you subtract a 11.1, you get, let's change that. You get an 88.9. That's what you're getting. 88.9%. They are not overweight. That's what we are looking for. 11.1. They are overweight. So now how do we put it in a fraction form as they have requested? Well, first, this is what is favorable or possible. 88.9 who are not overweight over a total. The total is whereby you are combining those who are overweight and those who are not overweight, and by now we know that it's 100. Now let's go to our calculator and see what it has to say about this fraction. Okay, 0.9 over 100. Oh, our calculator actually says I can simplify that for you. Actually, what you're telling me is 889 over 1,000. Now, I went through this in the first lesson, but to reiterate, let me do this. Each and every time when a question says give the probability as a fraction, what they are asking you to do is that you should give it as a simplified fraction. Now, whenever you go to your calculator and you insert the fraction, now we use a different color for this. See, this is the fraction that I went over to my calculator and I put it in my calculator, and my calculator said, okay, I see the fraction you are giving me, but how about this fraction? What the calculator is telling you here, it's that your fraction, yes, it is a fraction. We are not negotiating that. However, I can do better. I can simplify your fraction. This one becomes a simplified fraction. Always when your question says that you should write your probability as a fraction, make sure that you put that fraction that you have in your calculator and the answer that comes out as another fraction. That is a simplified fraction. This is what I mean. Now, let's say that we have a fraction that says essentially 4 over 10. Now, 4 over 10, you see now, we gave our calculator 4 over 10. It's a fraction. Yes, it is a fraction. And our calculator gave us 2 over 5. What our calculator is saying is that I can do better. Of course it can. That's its job. It is a calculator. We are not. So 4 over 10 is equals to 2 over 5. That is a simplified fraction format of the fraction that we put in our calculator. You should always put your fraction in the calculator so that you see whether it can or it cannot be simplified. Now, again, let's do this so that you can see where I'm going. Now, let's say I went to my calculator and the fraction that I had to put was 1 over 2. I said equal to. The calculator gave me the same fraction that I gave it. What does this mean? Well, this simply means that the calculator is grateful that for once you actually have not required it to work hard. You gave it the same thing. It gave it that to you. Why? Because you gave it a fraction that is already simplified. But you are not to know whether a fraction is already simplified until put it in your calculator. So let's get that right. And I know you're saying, really? All this for 3 marks? Yes. All that for 3 marks. Thank you for asking. Let's continue. Now, the next one that we have here, it's about 2 stores. Now we have PNP store and also W&W. I don't know why would you name your store W. And anyways, let's continue. The question in particular that we'll be focusing on, where's my rate? My rate is over here. It's 4.1.5. Calculate the probability of randomly selecting. Again, we are going to do the same thing until this gets cemented in your mind. PNP store. PNP store should be underlined. Why? It's our focus store. And we have 2 stores. So we know already that our focus store is this one in green. It continues. Where the in-store price is exactly the same as the online price. Now we use a different one also for that one. It says where the in-store price is equal to or exactly the same as the online price. In-store price, yes. Online price, yes. Where they are equal to each other. Now let's start our calculations. Apples, in-store and online, are they equal? Yes, they are. That's our number one. Bread, no, they are not equal. Cabbage, of course they are. Coca-Cola, no, they are not. Eggs, of course they are. Cake flour, no, they are not. Milli, no, they are not. By 1 cent, they are not. Margarine, no, they are not. Milk, of course they are. Rice, of course it is. Sugar, nope. Tea, yes, of course. Number 6. So we have 6 probable or possible or favorable outcomes. Hence, we are going to come and say, can you tell that they didn't tell us in which form? They didn't say decimal. They didn't say percentage. They also didn't say fraction. Like I said, always when they don't tell you in which form, leave it in a simplified fraction form. Always when they do not mention the form, leave it in a simplified fraction form. I feel like I need to write this down. When the question does not say in which form your probability should be written, write it in a simplified fraction. Whenever you're not told, leave it in a simplified fraction. Now, because we're not told, that's exactly what we are going to do. So, now, we already know that what is probable, what is possible, what is favorable, it's 6 outcomes, where the store price and the online price, they are the same. But how many are they in total? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we have 12. You cannot include number 13. The reason is simple. It's a delivery. If you're buying in store, there would not be a delivery. So you cannot include the online one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 6 over 12. Again, let's go to the calculator. Is it simplified or not? Let the calculator do the work. You've been working so hard. Just imagine listening to me. I mean, that is hard work by its own. And the calculator says that, you know what? It's 1 over 2. It's simplified when it's 1 over 2. You leave it like that and you get your 3 marks. So it would be voila, voila, voila. Now, let's continue. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. Now, here we have another question. And the question in particular is 5.1.6. The question is asking us, determine as a percentage. Now we are told. See? Now we are told the probability of selecting a gymnast. All of these names, they are all gymnasts. But here's a question. Which one? Doing what? Now, let's continue. In a junior division. Now, junior. You see that? This is our focus point. With a total score of more than a total score. Let me use a different one. So they say with a total score of more than 36.970. 36.970. So here is the total score. Here's the total score. So we want the total score that is more than 36.970. So let's start our calculations. What is possible? Okay, can use a ping for this one. First of all, is this first one a junior? No, it's not. How do we know we didn't mark it? Is the second one a junior? Yes. Is it more than 36.970? Yes, it is. This is our number one. Number two, is it a junior? Yes. Is it more than 36.97? Yes, it is. It's number two. Is it a junior? No. Is it a junior? No. Is it a junior? Yes. Since this one is a nope, this one is not a junior. This one is a junior. 36.400. It's a junior. Is it more than? No, it's not. It's below. Therefore, we don't count it. This one is a senior. This one is a junior. Is it more than? No, it's not. We don't count it. This one is a senior. This one is a junior. Is it more than 36.970? Yes, it is. This becomes our number three. And now we already know that what is favorable or what is possible. It's 3. Now, let's calculate. Remember, they said selecting a gymnast in the junior division. That is important. In the junior division. In the junior division. How many junior divisions do we have altogether? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, it's 5. Let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we have 5. So it's 3 over 5. Let's go here. Is it simplified? Nope, it doesn't have to be simplified. Sorry for writing equal to. I have to say by 100. How do I know that? They said as a percentage. Now, what is 3.5 over 100? 3 over 5 over 100. 3 over 5 multiplied by 100. So we know that it becomes 60%. That is our answer. It's 60%. So that's how we do that one. Now let's scroll down again and see the last one that we have. Now the last one that we have, surely you looked at it and you were like, what? Yes, that. This is not a mistake right here. This is for you. Be happy, be excited. You should be smiling by now. I suppose you are. 3.1.4. This is our focus question. It says determine as a percentage. Again, we are told. So we know that we are supposed to multiply our fraction by 100. The probability of randomly selecting. Let's come here. What are we selecting? A tourist. Okay? All these people, these are all museums, and all these numbers, they are for the tourists which visited those museums. Now, let's say with a yellow, these particular tourists, they have to be visiting a museum that is in the United Kingdom, and not just only in the United Kingdom. It had to be in 2023. Tourist, United Kingdom in 2023. Now, let's go to our markings so that it becomes clear what we are looking for. France, Vatican City, 1, 2, 3. France, Madrid, Russia. So we only have 3 United Kingdoms. Now, our focus, we already know it's 2023. Now we need to find the tourists, or we need to find the probability of randomly selecting a tourist that visited these 1, 2, 3 museum in 2023. So we are focusing on number 1, 2, and 3. The first thing that we are supposed to do, we are supposed to add. We are supposed to do what? We are supposed to add. And now, all the values are given in thousands. There are 2 ways to do this. Always 2 ways to do this. You can add them as they are and just write 1,000 in your answer. Of which it's one method that I would like you to use. because I wouldn't want you to change each and every number here and make it an actual 1,000 so that it's then that you can use it. No, I wouldn't want you to do that. So this is what I mean. So first, what is possible or what is favorable, it's the ones which are in the United Kingdom, such as 5.821 plus 5.689 plus 5. Okay, it's not 5. This one. So this one, it's not 5. Sorry about that. It's a 4.742. What does this give us? So let's see. So let's clear here. When we come here, we can say 5.821 plus 5.689 plus 4.7 or 2. This one gives us a 16. So currently it becomes a 16.252 thousand. Why? Because they said all these numbers, they are in thousands. So that's why we wrote 16.252 thousand. Now, this is what is possible. This is what we will be putting on the possible outcomes or favorable outcomes. Now we need to know the total outcomes. And that's why we have to add everything under 2023. So, of course, you have to be writing this. So I will write this with you because this is also what you yourself are supposed to be writing for. Remember, it's 5 marks. Plus 6.765 plus 5.821. Let me say plus 5.689 plus 4.742 plus 3.871 plus 3.338 plus 3.274. Now, look at what I'm going to do. In my calculation, in your calculations, you should add all of these and find the answer, but you will compare it with my answer. I'm not going to add 1, 2, and 3. And the reason why I am not going to do that is because I already know the answer, and the answer is right there on my calculator. So I'll just add the ones that I didn't add before. So I'll just come here and say plus. The first one I didn't add was 8.860, and then plus a 6.765. I also did not, I added this one, I added the next one, I added the third one. I didn't add 3.871. I didn't add a 3.338. I also did not add a 3.274. So why have you done that? Well, simple. Remember what I said with regards to the functions of using your calculators. We are always doing this so that we can save time. Whenever it's possible to save time in mathematical literacy, I believe in all other subjects, you ought to take that option of saving time. And now let's say equal. Now we are going to get 42. You can also do it on your side, adding all of them and see what you're going to get. It's also 1,000. Now, when we are going to do our calculations, let me use a white. Remember, this is what is possible. This is the total. So this is the possible outcome. This is the total outcome. So we are supposed to say 16.252 over 42.36. Now let's go to our calculator and say, now we know that we have 16.252. And then below, we have 42.36. Now it says that as a percentage, you have to multiply it by 100. didn't have to multiply the answer there. I could have simply, so let me do this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. So instead of having to get the answer first, you could have simply done this because they said it's a percentage. Now you're going to get a 38 points. So let's round it to 2 decimal places. It would be a 37. And I know I keep on saying this. I'll make a video in terms of how to round off. So yes, that will just be about that for this one. Catch you on the next one. Thank you. Keep well.